Angels baseball on FanDuel Sports Network is on the air, and tonight's game is presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Your Halos return home to the Big A. They welcome in the Miami Marlins for 3, and then the big bad Yankees come into town. Alongside the two-time All-Star, Mark Kubaza. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Welcome to our broadcast booth. It must be Friday. This is going to be fun. I tell you what, Angels playing some great baseball, 7 straight on the road. You take care of the Dodgers and then the A's.
Yeah, Patio, you got it started there at Dodger Stadium. I'll tell you what, they're swinging the bat so well this entire road trip. The guys at the plate have a good idea, good game plan. Bullpen's been able to hold some leads. The starters be able to get some lead, though. It's been a lot of fun. This is the energy these guys have right now.
Just the bats. I hope you brought them on the plane because absolutely exploded. Look at the 10-game road trip. 8-2. Second time that's happened in franchise history. The runs was 68. The whole 22 homers in 10 games and driving them in.
Yeah.
Before the Halos in his 11th start, he has yet to pick up a win. But of those 7 starts, Scooby, he's got 5 quality starts, and he was great last time out against the Dodgers. Can't get the W today.
He's been really good when he's got 5 quality starts. You mentioned over his last 7, he's got a 2.75 ERA. My go-tos for Yusei Kikuchi to pitch well and then pick up a W is getting chases on his slider against this Marlin line of 15 strikeouts, a 20% whip percentage, but also control the running game for the Marlins. They're a team that's very aggressive. 42 stolen bases as a team this season. That's how they create run. Center, Jorge Soler in right with Logan O'Hoppe DHing today, keeping him in the lineup. Okada, love what he's done as far as the defensive side, that left side with Zach Neto has been fantastic. Luis Rengifo back in, and Nolan Shonewell. Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate catching Kikuchi tonight, but Matthew Lugo, for me, already 2 defensive runs saved in the outfield for the Halos. He's got a great throwing arm controlling that center field, especially with Soler over and right. A little more coverage than normal.
And first pitch is outside. Great to have you with us here on a Friday night to kick off this homestand. The 2-2, a swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball at 95. 1 down.
That was a good fastball there because he's throwing all those sliders and fastballs upstairs, and he throws one fastball lower part just a little bit off the plate. Perfect spot. 95-mile-an-hour fastball down, punch out.
Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate here tonight. You mentioned O'Hoppe keeping that bat in the lineup DH. And here's the former Halo. We got to know him in September. Eric Wagman, as you guys were talking with Erica and GA in the pregame show. Aliso Viejo High School, Aliso Niguel High School, Orange Coast College from Aliso Viejo, California.
Great guy.
You guys, there was always a party at Wags.
Yes.
You guys that never seemed to pick up the invitation. But I'm happy to see him have some success with Miami in his rookie season. But a pop-up. Shonewell is over. Under it, there's 2 down.
That's quick outs. You want to see that for Kikuchi, be able to get deeper in the game. That's the quick outs because he's going to get some strikeouts, so his quick outs really help him out. Hitters will give you an idea at the plate of what you're going to look for to throw against them.
Norby's working a 5-game hitting streak right. Here's a ground ball. Rengifo is there, softly hit, throws across it. Kikuchi gets through the first, and when we come back, the Angels offense and Taylor Ward looking to continue to stay hot.
I mentioned he's got some options, but usually when he gets to this point, he's using that slider to finish him off.
That's popped up. Shonewell has room. Second time. And a pop up to the first baseman, and there's 1 out. So for Kikuchi, he's 0-4 in 10 starts, but 5 of those quality. And you see the most quality starts without a win in the first 10 starts of the year in the last 10 seasons. It hasn't happened very much.
Yeah, and a lot of times everyone say, well, you're doing your job, quality starts, you're giving your team a chance to win every single game, but Kikuchi would rather say, I'd rather have that first win. And that's what he's looking for tonight.
Dylan Bundy back in 2021 with the Angels. That swing and a miss and a strikeout. Second K of the night for Kikuchi.
The backdoor slider, and he had Stowers going back to the bag, so no chance to go on that one. He's really had that backdoor slider working really well tonight. He tried to stay on it, tried to punch that ball to right, but unable to do so.
Kikuchi has been getting ahead so far tonight, 6 straight. Got the kick, and it's right in there. The fastball for strike 3. Back-to-back Ks and another 0 for Yusei. Next strikeout will be his 4th of the night. looking for the hat trick. And he gets it 3 in a row as a swing and a miss. And there's one out here in the third. Earlier today, this is also Fleet. A nice conversation with Matthew earlier today. His uncle Carlos Beltran took good care of him when he was a youngster going up to Puerto Rico. It's out to right field, drifting over is Soler, and he has it.
Good jump on that one for Soler. When you go back to the second inning there for, say, Kikuchi, how he was able to set up and get that punch out there against Hill. He went slider backdoor. So he's looking, thinking that's where he's got to go with that, and then comes out, punches, fastball away against Sanchez. So as a hitter, you're on the on deck, or you're going to see at the plate. What are you looking for? Slider backdoor. You look a backdoor, break him off, and then the fastball on that outside corner as well. That same arm slot, fantastic for Kikuchi over his last 7 starts.
10 straight first pitch strikes. Let's make that 11. Love to get some length out of the starters. Get that bridge with the lead to Kemley. Zephyr John's pitched quite a bit of late.
The thing is, for Kikuchi too, the reason why you see, he's pitched so well, but he hasn't been able to get beyond that 6th inning too often because that pitch count's going up there already. You see where it's at now.
Fly ball left field, going back is Taylor Ward. He's got time, room, and makes the catch. It remains 1-0 Halos. 20 game on base streak currently that Stowers is riding. Nobody out. Runner on. Oh, it jammed him, popped up. Kikuchi's going to get out of the way as Moncada is, I got this.
Yeah, he saw where the defense was set up, so at that point, because it's not hit hard and you're playing a little bit deeper at third base, go for it. So you're called off. A little bit bigger lead there too now at first.
That is ripped, but it's trailing foul by a foot.
That was hit so hard I didn't know if I was going to go foul.
The last second, a break for the Halos. That's it. And Hook's foul. Could have tied up the game.
Because I knew it was foul.
Oh, he got him. The pickoff. Shotwell over to Renifo, and right there, Norby is out. Beautiful pickoff move for the lefty.
Boy, going into one of our keys of the game, mentioned just got to try to control the running game, and Kikuchi does just that with a pickoff. And you see Norby just going on first movement, and a perfect throw from Shotwell over to Renifo to get the out. Just like that.
Executed to perfection the way Shotwell jumps out, created the angle, the lane for that throw. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I think he needs to waste any bullets here, but he's going to take a couple of warm-up pitches.
Sometimes when a baseball's hit that hard back up the middle, though, you just find a way to take a deep breath. That was nearly 109 miles off the bat. That was right down the heart of the plate. He had him in a count where you got to try to get a chase. That was a heater right down the middle and right back up the middle. That's the thing they've been doing really good with, is the Marlins. They've been putting the ball in play using the middle part of the field. This is a big at-bat now for Kikuchi.
Jesus Sanchez, first pitch, ground ball. Shotwell has this one. He flips, just in time.
He uses the glove that time.
It's Kikuchi to get out of trouble. Sounds good. You think he would have to have like a day off, right? Have him run the bases, maybe take a day. This little push bunt down the first base line by Sanoha, and he is out. And the catcher behind the plate, these two seem to work really well together. That's popped up another one.
Out in front, curveball.
Moncada has it for the second out here in the 5th.
There.
That's lifted to right field. Soler is there. And Kikuchi with 5 scoreless here at the Big A.
8 is never enough. We want more wins, but Yusei Kikuchi picks up his first win as an Angel tonight. As we welcome you to Angels Live, presented by OC Navigator. Taylor Ward gets the party started with one of 2 home runs on the night as the Angels beat the Marlins in Game 1, 7-4, with some slick defense at the end of the ball game to keep this one tight. As we welcome you back inside the ballpark alongside the Angels Hall of Famer Garrett Anderson, Erica Weston with you, GA. Never a doubt at the end. Keeping it interesting, but the Angels make it 8 straight wins in a row. More importantly, they get back to 500 tonight.
Well, yeah, there's a little scar tissue in the back of the road, in the back of the bullpen, but they've been getting the job done, and didn't let it get away from them, didn't turn into a big inning.
And Kenley Jansen, he is the guy you want on the mound in that situation, but it took everything, and it's what we've seen from the Angels this entire road trip, GA. Before we dive in, you need good pitching, but early offense has certainly been a key, and Taylor Ward stays on his heater.
And that benefits any starting pitcher, just to have a little breathing room to go out there. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to make perfect pitches, but they can, relax a little bit more.
How about Taylor Ward, his 9th straight game with an extra base hit. GA ties Erstie's club record, also 26 stakes in his last 17 games.
Wow, he's been doing the job. I mean, he's the middle of the lineup. This is where his part of the lineup is what he should be doing, is driving in the runs. But to have 9 straight games with an extra base hit, that's really impressive, because that means you're driving the ball. And generally at the big league level, you don't drive the ball every day.
Yesterday, he tied Tim Salmon with 8 straight games with an extra base hit. Today, he ties Darren Erstad. Unbelievable heater he's on right now. GA, you had a streak of 6 games in your career with an extra base hit in each one of them. What does it feel like when you're able to cash in runs like that in a consecutive stretch?
Well, when you're going through stretches like that, for me, it was the ball would literally come up to the plate and stop. That's the way visually I would see it. And, I would see it big, I would see it slow. The game was really slowed down at that point. So, and your hands just react. So you see the pitches, you make the right swing, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's putting the right swing on where the ball is, the location in the zone.
Just looking like a beach ball out there, basically, for him?
Yeah.
Easy enough?
Yeah,
is that real?
No.
Does it really? Is it?
It does look big, because there's times it looks like an aspirin coming up there and you can't even see it. So it goes both ways.
Aspirin. Never heard that description before. We don't want that. We're going to take the beach ball. But the offense getting it done later in the ball game tonight, GA. And it wasn't necessarily via the long ball. We go back to the 4th inning. The Angels able to draw some walks again and be able to get those in to score, and Sean will start things off.
Yeah, he does, and he's been doing a good job up top with Neto. But yes, and base hits play every day. These are things to apply pitchers pressure, but to be able to do that every day is something that I think things are starting to click, and you're starting to see some things happen repetitively with walks, gets hits, and extra base hits, and timely hitting the drive-in runs.
Yeah, that was 2 singles to start off the 4th inning by Nolan Shonowell. He won Moncada before Taylor Ward's sac fly RBI, and then Logan O'Hoppe with another game with an extra base hit. Looked like for a second that one might have gotten out of the ballpark too. The outfielder playing a little shallow, but it hits just off the wall. Again, they're able to score runs, not just via the long ball.
And you have to. You can't sit here and hit long ball all season. No team can do that. And you have to be able to take extra base hits, apply pressure to the pitchers. That's something you can do every day. Neto has good legs. He can run. He can do that every day. So those are the kind of things that you want to stick to on a daily basis.
Well, the offense is certainly clicking, and Yusei Kikuchi, GA, has turned in quality outings for the Angels his last stretch of 6 or 7 starts. But tonight, picking up his first W as a Halo, and he is more than worthy.
He finally got one. I mean, he's been pitching well for most of the season except for the hiccup in Minnesota. But tonight, he kept him off balance through all his pitches. Sometimes he got himself in a little trouble, I think, trying to be too fine, but overall, dominating performance for him tonight.
5 2/3, no earned runs tonight. You were wondering how much he was going to be able to go in this ball game, because he was at 70-plus pitches around the 4th inning, GA, but towards the end, able to get some quicker outs.
Yeah, and I think Ron also, too, gave him a little bit of rope tonight as well. I mean, with his pitch count and where it was, I don't think we've seen it that high at any consistent time. So, yeah, I think he did get some rope tonight, and he gave him a chance to stay in the game, and, unfortunately.
Yep, we got back to 0. So now we can start forward and go from there. But we're not a 500 team, and they don't think they're a 500 team. So we had 500, which is a good thing because we was behind, and we caught up. Now we just got to keep moving forward.
What did you think of Kikuchi?
I thought he battled out there today. He didn't have his best stuff. He didn't have his slider the way he wanted it to be, but he went to his curveball, and he got ahead of hitters, but he just didn't have anything to put him away. But I was hoping he can get us through that 6, but it just didn't happen.
What did you say to him for that, knowing
I just was letting him know that he couldn't let this get away from him. Came too far. We needed him to finish that 6th inning.
What more can you say about Taylor Ward?
Well, he got us on the board. I mean, when you think about who he was facing tonight, this guy is a tremendous pitcher. Even though he could come back from Tommy John, he's still a tremendous pitcher. But we ended up scratching 3 runs off of him, and Taylor got us started with the opposite field home run. That let us know that he wasn't invincible.
Just in general, the offense, I think they set a record with 2 home runs in the last 6-7 games.
Well, and we needed every single run, and we just got to keep it going. We're not going to start thinking about it or trying to see what other records we can break. We're just going to play baseball, do what we do every day, prepare, and come out and try to win a game.
What do you think that play that Nano made with that base?
It was huge, because that ball twisted off the end of his bat, and he picked it up like it was a routine play, and made a perfect strike to first base. So, again, he's got that play down where he can be on the run and get the ball out, and that's what he did. He was on the run, he picked it up, and he got it out.